The secret behind every bite. Every single day, millions of people pull up to an In-N-Out window and order a burger without thinking twice. But here's what almost nobody knows. The burger you're about to eat started its journey days before you even got hungry. And the process that creates it, it's more precise, more secretive, and more industrial than anything you could imagine. What if I told you that In-N-Out controls nearly every single step of its supply chain? From the moment a cow is processed to the second your burger hits the wrapper. No middlemen, no shortcuts. This isn't just fast food. This is one of the most tightly controlled food operations in America. This is Infusions and Elements. And if this is your first time here, subscribe right now, because this is exactly the kind of secret we uncover every single week. And today, we're going inside. Why In-N-Out is different from every other burger chain. Before we talk about the process, you need to understand something crucial. Most fast food chains buy their beef from massive third-party suppliers. They outsource, they compromise, they prioritize volume over everything else. In-N-Out does the opposite. The chain operates its own meat processing facilities. It controls its own produce distribution. It even bakes its own buns fresh, delivered daily to every restaurant. This level of vertical integration is almost unheard of in the fast food industry, and it's the exact reason why the product tastes different from everything else on the market. So when we talk about how an In-N-Out burger is made, we're not talking about one factory. We're talking about an entire ecosystem, each part engineered to work in perfect sync. Let's break it down, piece by piece. The beef, where it all begins. It starts with the cattle. In-N-Out sources beef from suppliers that meet their strict internal standards. But what sets them apart is what happens next. The beef goes directly to In-N-Out's own meat processing facilities, the most guarded part of their entire operation. Inside these facilities, the beef is inspected, trimmed, and ground fresh. No fillers, no additives, no ammonia-treated filler beef, something that became a major controversy for other chains in the past. In-N-Out has been open about this for decades. Their beef is 100% pure beef, nothing added, nothing taken away. Here's where it gets fascinating. The grinding process is done in controlled cold environments to prevent any bacterial growth. Temperature is everything in meat processing. The rooms are kept just above freezing. Workers operate in full protective gear. Every batch is tested before it ever leaves the facility. Once the beef is ground and tested, it's formed into patties. These patties are not frozen. That's the detail most people miss. In-N-Out ships fresh, never frozen beef patties to every single restaurant location, every day. Think about what that means logistically. Hundreds of locations, fresh beef, daily deliveries. This is why In-N-Out has never aggressively expanded beyond the Western United States. Their freshness model depends on proximity to their distribution hubs. The moment they stretch too far, the model breaks. The freshness isn't a marketing slogan. It's a logistical constraint they've chosen to honor, and it shapes every decision the company makes. The buns, baked fresh, every single day. While the beef is moving through the cold chain, something equally impressive is happening in In-N-Out's bakery operations. Most fast food buns are baked in centralized commercial bakeries and shipped out days in advance, loaded with preservatives to extend shelf life. You've probably noticed that grocery store hamburger buns can sit on a shelf for 2 weeks without going stale. That's not natural, that's chemistry. In-N-Out bakes their own buns. Their bakery facilities operate with industrial-scale bun production lines. The process starts with mixing. Flour, water, yeast, and a handful of other ingredients are combined in large industrial mixers, machines that can process hundreds of pounds of dough in a single batch. The dough is then fed through a dividing machine that portions it into perfectly equal segments. Consistency is everything in industrial baking. Each dough ball must weigh exactly the same, or the baking time becomes unpredictable. From there, the portions are rounded, a process where the dough is shaped into smooth balls using rotating mechanical arms. Then they go into a proofer, a humidity and temperature-controlled chamber where the dough rises slowly. This is where flavor develops. Rush this step and you get a flat, tasteless bun. Get it right and you get something that actually tastes like bread. After proofing, the buns move through a massive commercial tunnel oven. These ovens can run continuously, baking thousands of buns per hour. The buns travel through on conveyor belts, passing through precise temperature zones, each one calibrated to build the crust, set the interior, and develop that golden color. Once baked, the buns are cooled, packaged, and loaded onto refrigerated delivery trucks. And here's the part that redefines what fresh means in the fast food world. These buns are delivered to restaurants daily, not weekly, daily. The produce, a distribution system built on freshness. The vegetables in an In-N-Out burger aren't sitting in a warehouse somewhere slowly going limp under fluorescent lights. In-N-Out operates its own produce facilities where lettuce is inspected, tomatoes are sorted, and onions are prepared before they ever reach a restaurant. The company has strict grading standards. Produce that doesn't meet visual and quality benchmarks doesn't make the cut. Tomatoes, for example, are one of the most difficult ingredients to manage at scale in a fresh food operation. They're delicate. They bruise easily. They have a narrow window of peak ripeness. Most fast food chains avoid this problem by using processed tomato products or accepting a much lower quality standard. In-N-Out takes the harder road. Tomatoes are sourced from select growers, transported carefully to distribution facilities, and then delivered fresh to restaurants on their daily routes. The same routes that carry the buns and the beef. Everything moves together on the same tight schedule, every single day. This synchronized daily delivery system is one of the most quietly impressive logistics operations in American food service. It doesn't make headlines, but it's the backbone of everything the brand stands for. The secret menu and what it tells us about the process. If you've ever ordered animal style, you already know In-N-Out has a secret menu. But here's what the secret menu actually reveals about their operation. The kitchen is more sophisticated than it looks. Every modification on that secret menu, extra spread, mustard grilled patties, grilled onions, requires precise execution under high-speed conditions. That level of kitchen flexibility doesn't happen by accident. It requires training, standardized prep, and quality ingredients that can withstand variation. A frozen, low-quality patty falls apart when you modify the cooking method. A fresh, high-quality patty holds up. The secret menu exists because the ingredients are good enough to support it. That's the real story behind the double-double animal style. Inside the restaurant, the final assembly line. Now the beef is in the restaurant. The buns are fresh, the produce is prepped. This is where the factory process gives way to human precision. In-N-Out kitchens operate on a made-to-order model. Nothing sits in a heat lamp. Nothing is pre-assembled and waiting for a customer to walk in. The moment you place your order, the process begins. The patties go on a flat-top grill, cooked to a specific internal temperature. Timing is controlled. The buns are placed face down on a separate toasting surface, creating that slightly crisp interior that adds textural contrast. Meanwhile, the spread, a Thousand Island-style sauce, is applied in a specific pattern. The lettuce, tomato, and onion are added in a specific sequence. Everything has a reason. The order of assembly affects how the burger holds together, how the flavors layer, and how the first bite feels. This isn't random. It's the result of decades of refinement. The whole thing, from the moment your order is placed to the moment the wrapper closes, takes minutes, sometimes less. And yet every component in that wrapper traveled through an incredibly precise industrial system to get there. If you're finding this breakdown fascinating, and we're just getting to the most surprising part, make sure you're subscribed to Infusions and Elements. We go inside the world's most secretive food factories every week. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. The numbers behind the operation. Here's where the scale becomes almost hard to believe. In-N-Out serves tens of millions of customers every year across hundreds of locations. Every single one of those customers receives fresh beef, fresh buns, and fresh produce, delivered that day. The logistics required to make that happen involve hundreds of delivery routes, refrigerated trucks running on precise schedules, and distribution facilities operating around the clock. The company has maintained this model since the 1990s, long before farm-to-table became a trend. Long before fresh became a marketing buzzword, they were doing it quietly, consistently, because they believed the product quality demanded it. And here's the detail that most people never consider. In-N-Out remains privately held. The Snyder family controls the company. There are no shareholders demanding that costs be cut, corners be rounded, or standards be lowered. The model that was built decades ago is the model that runs today. Unchanged, uncompromised. That's rare. In an industry where profit margins are razor thin and the pressure to cut costs is constant, In-N-Out has held the line. The final stage. Why this burger hits different. There's a reason that first bite of an In-N-Out burger triggers something in the brain that a standard fast food burger doesn't. It's not nostalgia alone. It's not hype. It's the compound effect of multiple quality inputs arriving at exactly the right moment. Fresh beef cooked to order, a bun that was baked that morning, a tomato that was distributed from a facility that same day. Your brain is designed to detect freshness. It reads texture, moisture content, and flavor complexity in milliseconds. Fresh beef has a different mouthfeel than frozen beef. A fresh bun has a different aroma than a preserved one. Fresh produce snaps instead of wilts. All of these signals arrive simultaneously, and your brain interprets them as something extraordinary, even if you can't explain why. That's not magic. That's process. That's the result of an industrial system built around one obsessive, almost irrational commitment to doing things the hard way. The real factory secret. Most food companies look at quality and cost as a trade-off. You can have one or the other. In-N-Out looked at that equation and rejected it entirely. They built a system where quality and consistency are the same thing. Where doing it right every day is actually more efficient than cutting corners. The meat processing facility, the bakery, the produce distribution, the daily delivery routes, these aren't separate operations. They're one interconnected machine. And that machine runs on one principle that never changes. If it isn't fresh, it doesn't leave the facility. That's the factory secret nobody talks about. It's not a single machine. It's not a single ingredient. It's the discipline to run a complex industrial system without ever letting the standards slip. Day after day, location after location, burger after burger. You just saw something most people never think about when they're eating. You saw the system behind the simplicity. This is Infusions and Elements. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that button right now and drop a comment below. Which factory do you want us to go inside next? We read every single one. See you in the next one.